But if your allegiance is to God, it doesn't matter if your knee, elbow, shoulder, or fingernail hurt. You have to praise God because your allegiance is to Him, not you. But when you focus on yourself, you just got them nails done, you accidentally closed the door, it broke, now your whole day thrown off. You are focused on you. God says if your allegiance is to me, you can lose the house and you'll still praise me. If your allegiance is on me, they can repossess the car and you'll still praise me. If your allegiance is on me, your husband can pass away and you'll still praise me. If your allegiance is on me, that child that you love so much can pass away and you'll still praise God. But when you realize that it's not about you, it's all about God, and our value was valuable to God, not what's valuable to me.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Lord.
I learned this in 2011. I was working at HCC. It was during the time of the recession. I was a girl working at HCC at the receptionist desk. Her name was Jessica. During the recession, HCC or the government decided to withhold funds for higher education. Because the government was withholding funds from higher education, they left it up to higher education institutions to decide how they were going to manage or maintain during the recession. What HCC decided to do was they decided to lay off all of their part-time workers. Jessica was a part-time receptionist. You walk around the cabins and you would see the part-time workers crying, pulling their hair out, wondering what they was going to do. I walked by the receptionist counter and there was Jessica sitting there with a smile on her face going about her business. I didn't understand, so I walked up to her and I said, "Hey, Jessica, did you hear what's happening? They are laying off all of the part-time workers. Didn't you just tell me that you just got an apartment?" She said, "Yeah, I just told you that I got it." "Or didn't you just tell me that you just purchased your brand new car, got a car note, got insurance and all?" "Yeah, I got to do all that." "Don't, what you gonna do about your kids?" "I don't know." "What you gonna do about your partner?" "I don't know." What you gonna do about your car?" "I don't know." I didn't understand why Jessica was so calm in the midst of what she was going through. But then Jessica looked at me and she said these words I'll never forget. She said, "Climon, my hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and His righteousness. I have my trust in the sweetest praise, but wholly on Jesus' name." You ain't got it. Let me tell you what Jessica was trying to tell me. Jessica was trying to tell me that my confidence ain't in this job or in this check that hits on the 1st and the 15th. My confidence ain't in what HCC got going on. My confidence is in the Lord who's been taking care of me all of my life. The younger generation will say it like this: "I don't believe the Lord has brought me this far to leave me now." You can't have that kind of confidence unless your allegiance is to God.
Thank you, Lord.
Joshua chapter 24 pleaded with the children of Israel to pledge their allegiance to God. Moses had died. Joshua was now in charge of the children of Israel. He was in charge of getting them into the promised land. The Bible tells us in the book of Joshua chapter 24 that Joshua and the children of Israel were standing on the brinks of the promised land. But Joshua, I would like to think, mounted his pulpit, looked at the children of Israel and said, "Look here, y'all need to choose this day whom you go serve. Whether you are going to serve the gods that came from the land of Egypt, or you are going to serve the one true living God, the God of Israel. But y'all can do what y'all want to do. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." Serving God requires that you pledge allegiance to God. If you are going to value what is valuable to God. It requires that you pursue the truth about God. And not only does it require that you pursue the truth about God, it also requires that you pledge allegiance to God. That's all I've really been trying to tell you this afternoon. That you should pursue the truth about God. And you should pledge allegiance to God. Because when everything else fades away, God is the only one who will still exist. This was made clear by a lady named Jenny Wilson in 1906. In 1906, Jenny Wilson wrote the song entitled Hold to God's Unchanging Hand. You don't know much about Jenny Wilson, so let me just tell you. When Jenny was born, she didn't get a chance to know her father because her father passed away a few days after she was born. When Jenny became about 4 or 5 years of age, she developed some rare disease that caused her to lose her ability to walk, confining her to a wheelchair for the rest of her life. Jenny grew up. She had a close relationship with her mother, but then her mother passed away. Jenny went outside to grieve the loss of her mother, so she went outside to sit underneath a tree just to get some fresh air. But as she sat underneath that tree, Jenny began to think about all of the change that had taken place in her life. And she began to think about all of the temporary things that had taken place in her life. She began to think about how she had to grow up without a father. She began to think about how she lost her ability to walk and was confined to a wheelchair. She began to think about how she had to now deal with the loss of her mother. And it was then that Jenny picked up her pen and picked up her pad and wrote the song that you and I love to hear. She wrote the song entitled Hold to God's Unchanging Hand. And she began to write that song. She opened it by saying, time is filled with swift transition. Nothing on earth unmoved can stand. So what you ought to do is you ought to build your hope on things eternal and hold to God's unchanging hand. In a real sense, that's all I've been trying to tell you this evening, is that when the end comes, you'll find out that everything you value will be burned up in the fire. So if you want to still have some valuable when it's all over with, you got to hold to God's unchanging hand. But I think I need to tell you that you cannot enjoy God's valuables unless you are connected to God's Son. Heaven means nothing to you if you ain't connected to God's Son. You know who God's Son is, don't you? He's the one that came down off his throne in heaven. He's the one that wrapped himself in the uterus of that virgin by the name of Mary. He's the one who stayed in that uterus 9 long months, came out that uterus a whining baby boy, but grew up a soul-saving man. You know God's Son, don't you? He's the one that walked the seashores of Jerusalem, making blind men see, and making lame men walk, and making dead men live. He's the one who died one Friday, rested one Saturday, but thanks be to God, he rose one Sunday morning. Now he's in heaven, seated at the right-hand side of God. What's he doing up there? Pleading our case, both night and day. The Bible tells us that one day he's coming back to give you and me what's valuable to him. God bless you. May God keep you.